Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you, and today we are going to cover something that I know is going to help so many of you. We are going to discuss how to control water retention with MK677 and HGH use. But before we get into that, just a huge shout out, thank you, gratitude, appreciation, love for all of the support, the likes, the comments, the subs. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of the updates on when I upload new content. Please hit that like button. It goes a million miles to help the channel grow, and it is greatly appreciated. So, let's talk about this because I know this is a topic that most of you out there that have used either one of these, especially with MK677, that you really look and search for answers to and don't often come up with. I am going to provide them for you today. How do we control the water retention issues with MK677 and HGH? Well, it all comes down to the sodium and potassium ratios. All right? What am I talking about? What we encounter so often is that so many people, especially in North America, eat far too much sodium and don't realize the lack of potassium they're getting. This is a problem when it comes to the water retention on MK677 and HGH. When your ratios are terribly off, you're going to hold water a heck of a lot more. And one of the things that I see people do so often is not really understand and realize the lack of potassium that they're getting in their diet. And I'm going to do a video on potassium-rich foods and ways to get potassium, and no, bananas is not anywhere near the top of that list, just so you know. Actually, coconut water, just a heads up, is going to be at the very, very top of that list. But also people ask me, what about potassium supplements? Potassium supplements are not going to do much of anything for you. It's a supplement. Every pill only has about 3% of your daily value, and you're not going to be taking, 30 and 40 of those pills a day. You should only take 3 tops, maybe 4, and I don't even like that. Per day. Generally, you're going to be recommended 1 or 2. Some bodybuilders, you get away with more than that, whatever the case may be. Regardless, that's not the answer. So the numbers, where do the numbers need to be? You obviously need sodium in your diet. I mean, it's an electrolyte, it's a must, but overdoing it is so common. You should not be exceeding 23 to 2400 milligrams of sodium per day. All right? Like everything that I get generally is moderate sodium at best, but if I get something that needs rinsed, clean, whatever, get the extra excess salt off. It's not necessary. Use healthy salts, Himalayan pink salts, for example, things like that. But keep it clean. Your potassium needs to be at a minimum of 3,500, but it should be closer to 4,700 milligrams a day. I bet you, if you go look at your diet and take notes and go up and down, you're nowhere near that. And if you're using 677 or HGH, that's going to be a major problem, and one that you need to address. I do recommend dandelion root as well as a natural diuretic. It's not going to drain you or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination, or dandelion tea, but it does, as a natural diuretic, it'll help relieve some excess water as well. And then the obvious is controlling your diet, which is very difficult on 677 the first 4 to 6 weeks because of that major hunger spike that you're going to encounter. But a lot of people, they will eat a lot of salt during that bad dieting time as well because they're so hungry. They're not, you actually have to drink plenty of water to get rid of excess water as well. So there's a lot of things that you need to pay attention to, but the main culprit is sodium-potassium ratios being completely out of whack and off. So you've got to pay close attention to that. Look, it's a good thing to keep track of everything that you're eating and keep a diet journal and go through it. Go to MyFitnessPal or something like that where you can easily track all the nutrients. It's simple. You can plug everything right in. You don't have to work hard at it, but you should be doing that anyway, even off cycle. But knowing that that's the key factor and problem there should help so many of you and should help you to get through that initial problem that you may have, because long term, both 677 and HGH are amazing fat loss compounds, all right? But that's longer term, and it takes time. So people get thrown off initially with, the water retention, and so that's going to cause some weight gain that's unwanted and unexpected. But you have to understand that that's part of it, and then it dissipates generally in about 4 to 6 weeks. But you can control that and mitigate it if you do things the right way. So Hope that answers that question for you, was insightful and helpful. That being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli, signing off.